Hello, everybody. This is Tim here with the final James Bond review for BoomStick Critique. This is the last one. This isn't even an actual James Bond film. It's an unofficial James Bond film. I incorrectly called this movie Thunderball in my last video. This movie is actually Never Say Never. It's actually a remake of Thunderball with Sean Connery in it when he was also in Thunderball. So he's remade his own movie. This is not part of the same. This is not part of the 007 franchise. It's made by a different company. Um, I'm really tired and killed out here, so I'm gonna make this review short and sweet. This film has really killed me. This is by far the worst James Bond. A 0 for this film out of 4. I judge every movie I review from 1 to 4. This is a 0. This is worse than Skyfall. At least Skyfall had Christoph Waltz and Daniel Craig. Uh, this movie has Sean Connery, who just looks way too old. And whenever he does a fight, you can tell it's a stuntman for most of it. He has one big fight in the movie. There's not a lot of action in the film at all. It's a remake of Thunderball, but they barely go underwater in the film. You get Kim Basinger here, who is like Sean Connery's love interest, but she looks like she's like almost 30 years younger than him. Um, there's one big major fight in here with this big dude. It's kind of fun for a while, but it goes on and on forever and never stops. It overstates its welcome. James Bond ends up beating the big dude by throwing his piss in the guy's eye that he has in a jar. James Bond's piss is in a jar at a like a nursing home type place where they've been giving James Bond physicals, like a hospital or whatever. And James Bond takes the piss and throws it in the dude's eyes, and that's pretty much what kills the guy is James Bond's piss. Well, he throws the piss in his eyes, and the dude like falls backwards and gets stabbed in the back by a piece of glass. It's the dumbest way for this fight to end, or any James Bond fight. It's the stupidest way for any James Bond fight to end. James Bond's piss is a deadly weapon. I hated it. I hated this movie. James Bond, Sean Connery just feels like he's there. This film is so low budget compared to the others. It feels like they just weren't even trying here, or the company that made this film just didn't have any money to back it up. There's special effects shots here that are just absolutely atrocious. Like scenes of a rocket or whatever going through the sky, atrocious. Seeing James Bond falling off a castle and like falling like 100 stories, looks like it, into the ocean on a horse. It just looks like a superimposed shot of Sean Connery and Kim Basinger. It's really horrible looking. Really horrible film. Just so lifeless. This film just feels so dull. There's even a scene where this woman is a bad guy and she has James Bond at gunpoint. Instead of killing him, she sits there and monologues for like 10 minutes. Felt like it. It wasn't that long, I don't think, but it really felt like it. James Bond shoots her in the gut with this like explosive device, and then she blows up. But when you see her blow up, they try to hide it. But it's a mannequin stand-in that blows up. That shows you how cheap this film is. This film is dirt cheap compared to the other James Bond films. I couldn't believe how cheap this movie was. It honestly feels like a knockoff, like a Bollywood type movie. If you know what I'm talking about. That's what it really feels like here. But I can't even believe Sean Connery would approve of this. I mean, why did he do this? I don't know the background of this film. Maybe he just really wanted to do another Bond or something. I don't know. This is the worst James Bond film. The worst. I hate this film more than any other. It's just so damn dull. So dull. There's nothing here. There's nothing to this film. Sean Connery's here, but he looks way too old, and he just feels so lifeless in the movie. I don't know, he just doesn't have the James Bond spirit anymore. This film is just lifeless. It's just dull. The best word to describe this film is lame. We don't get a lot of action scenes. The action scenes we get are uneventful. So at the end of the film, Sean Connery gets in the water for like 5 seconds, gets in a fight with the main bad guy, and causes him to get squished by this like little mini underwater sub type thing. And that's it. It's like it felt like a 5 second fight. It was so quick. Horrible movie, worthless piece of shit. 0 stars. Lamest James Bond by far. And thank God I'm finished with these movies. I actually haven't enjoyed too many of them. Out of the Sean Connery movies, I liked most of those. Those were the best. his run as James Bond, not counting this film. It's not really a part of it. I hated most of the Roger Moore ones. They almost all sucked. Timothy Dalton, I liked the first one. The second one was okay, nothing to write home about. Pierce Brosnan, I liked the first two. The other two sucked. Daniel Craig, Casino Royale is great. Quantum of Solace is alright. Skyfall is amazing. Spectre is a worthless piece of shit, and this is a worthless piece of shit. So, thank goodness I'm finished with Bond just because I'm wore out after doing all these. So I will finally see you guys with another video that's not Bond. Well, since I'm done with the Bonds, I'm going to be finished with my second channel, which is the BoomStick Critique number 2, which is the one I've been doing these James Bond videos on. I'm going to be finished with this channel for a while. I'm going to go back to doing videos on my original channel. So thank you for anybody that's made it this far through all these films. It has been fun. It has had its ups and downs. It has been really draining on me. This will probably be the last time I do such a huge franchise, but thank God I'm finished with these. No more Bonds, at least for a while, until the next film comes out, whenever the hell that is. So I will see you guys again on my first channel.